Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Since it's international break, myself and Gonzo decided we're going to treat you. So we've got one of our favourite guests that comes on now and again on Hammer's Chat, Chris Akabussi. Chris, how are you doing?
Hey, Gio, fabulous. I want to let the readers, listeners know that when we started this, I'm the meat inside this sandwich, fellas. The GG sandwich, Akabussi, the meat inside the
sandwich. Right, there you go. Right, Gonzo, how's oneself?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm like a slice of bread. It's all sour. It's all sourdough. That's the fashion. I'm a sourdough crust on the end of the cheese and pickle. There you go.
Well, I prefer tiger bread. So you've got two different bits of bread there, Chris. I'm afraid. So it's a strange sandwich. Anyway, Chris, let's start with a very vague question. What do you make of West Ham season so far?
So I was going to tell you what. So it's, when you called me or text me, I thought, this is going to be a very different meeting because actually, I've been very melancholic over West Ham, and I know that I'm normally on here and I'm effervescent and I'm bubbling, but I've been very, very melancholic. And I thought to myself, why is that? Why? In all intents and purposes, we're having a relatively good season. We've been in the top half of the table all year, bouncing around between 4 and 8, off the back of a wonderful European trip last year. We've got awesome players like Paqueta and Kudus. So why is this melancholy about me? So to answer your question, I'm not West Ham. I'm not. I am what I thought I would never ever be, and that is a distant armchair fan that really gets a buzz by listening to you guys talk about West Ham. But I don't go anymore. I've not been to West Ham since lockdown. I'm an armchair fan. I don't even call myself a supporter. Because for me, you're a supporter if you put your money out your pocket on the table, and I don't do that. And as an armchair fan, okay, so I can open up the paper and go on the net and look at the EPL standing. Oh yeah, we're 8th. Oh, we scraped to 1-0 win. Okay, that's interesting. What did the boys say? It's not the same. So it probably says a lot more about me than about West Ham, maybe, because your question was, how West Ham? Well, we're doing all right. Yeah, we're doing all right. I can be like all the other people who want to talk about West Ham, but never ever go, have got no real heart and emotional stake in it. You sit back and you look at the paper and go, oh yeah, they're 7th, they're 9th. They must be having a good season. It looks good on paper. But
I've got to say, Chris, because just for there be people tuning in here, you used to go all the time. I've seen you down there. You used to go all the time,
home and away,
and you are passionate about football. So I mean, that's quite telling what you say. I mean, you're very, very passionate. You're the most effervescent, passionate people about football that I know. I mean, you really are. So I mean, that's quite telling what you've said there. Really, I think.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I love West Ham. I've been going to West Ham since '69. Clardy Best was the guy that got me into watching West Ham. I've seen some brilliant days there. I was there in '75. I was there in '80. I saw the boys of '86. Fast forward to 2006. I was at the Cardiff Stadium. I've seen us get our butt whooped at Blackburn 7-1 and still be singing on the way home because West Ham, when we were away, we were taking a rip out of ourselves. Charlton away, I was there when we absolutely caned ourselves. I know. I've seen good days, I've seen bad days, I've seen relegation, I've seen highs. Yeah, I'm a passionate West Ham fan, supporter. I'm not a great West Ham fan, I think. That's it. I'm a passionate West Ham supporter. I'm not a great fan. I love it when I go there and, I remember, when we went to Derby and we were Derby away. And then people go, the West Ham fans were saying, we got Akabussi. And the Derby fans went, Who? So where is your celebrity? Where is your celebrity? No. They caved me, but it was great because I was with West Ham. And we were singing and we were dancing, and it was just fantastic. I love West Ham. I love it. I love our sense of humour. It's macabre. It's self-deprecating. It can be very derogatory. But I love supporting West Ham. I love going, but I'm not going anymore. That's more about me, I guess, than West Ham. But yeah.
What's changed then? Because you said when I text you, you started thinking about all this. Well, that was a few days ago. So you've had a few days to think about why you feel like this. What's the conclusion? Why are you now not going and stuff like that?
Oh, there's a whole lot of things. So what I would say is this. So I mean, basically, it is the way we play football. The way we play football is totally uninspiring. Now, we get moments of mercurial brilliance. We do. You can't help but drop your jaw when you see Paqueta doing his juggling, manhandling people, keeping them away from the ball, tricking it through his leg, and then finding the next hit with the ball. You can't help but love that. You can't help but love Kudos and his mazy runs on the floor, back up again, running around 2, 3, 4 players, and most recently popping it in the breadbasket. You can't help but love that. You can't help but love Bowen going between 2 strikers, getting on his left, boom, and finding the angles. You can't help but love that. But you know what? It's not enough when it's the exception and not the rule. I cannot go to. So for me, so I live in the Bed-Bucks border. I love going to West Ham. So it's an hour and a half for me to leave here. No biggie, really. It's an hour and a half for me to live here, and I might spend half an hour in traffic get at the ground. I then have to park a mile away to walk into the ground. I then have to wait half an hour, maybe 15 minutes, while they pack me down, in the queue to pack me down. I then go into the lounge, hi, have a bevy, and go out. And then I watch 2 banks of 4, and then the 2 attackers also defending for 65 minutes, hoping that it's 0-0, and then we're going to go on a break in the last 15 minutes. Invariably, the defenders make a wicket, and we're 1 down, and it's all gone Pete Tong. Or we're lucky, and we've got a fast break, and we stuffed one in the first half, only to concede 2 in the first 5 minutes, second half. I'm not enjoying it, mate. And then I think to myself, oh, okay, it's 0-0. It's 10 minutes to go. Do I stay here? This never used to happen before. I was to be there for lastminute.com, right? Do I stay here now for the next 10, 15 minutes and walk to the car and sit in traffic for half an hour? Or do I do a runner? Guess what? I do a runner.
You're good at it.
Yeah. I beat everyone to my car.
I'll tell you what, you don't worry about those stop and go signs, do you?
So that's it, that's it. So I say, you know what, rather than do all that, forget, no. I can sit here, can't I? I can sit here and listen to Charlie do his Hammers chat and talk it through. I can do that. And at 5, I've got 4:45, it don't really matter, does it? Win, lose, or draw, it don't matter. I'm here, no traffic. I'm with my lad. Yeah. It's that, and that's another one for me as well. You see, fellas, is that my little boy, he's not little anymore, he's 16. I used to take him over there. I took him over there when he was like 3. Aston Villa away, his very first game. Aston Villa away, we got hammered 3-1. I can remember it now. He was there and he's on my arm, little kid like that. And we were getting hammered, boom. And the kid, West Ham from Akabussi, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. That's child abuse, son. That's child abuse. Got hammered by West Ham. But yeah, I wanted it. And he is West Ham. But we are Gogglebox West Ham fans now. He needs to be over there. He needs to get that in his DNA, because you know what? When he has a son, he ought to go there too. So it's that. We've got to do something about that.
Yeah, is it just the football? Because I would argue that since you began watching West Ham, whilst I wasn't alive for a lot of it, Chris, there's been displays of worse football than what we're currently seeing, in my opinion. Anyway, we haven't always been this boring. There's been better times for sure, but I do think there's also been worse times in terms of entertainment. So what I'm trying to say is it also the stadium? Because when a lot of this, your story there, your reasoning there, a lot of it contained things in regards to going to the ground and leaving the ground and the experience within the stadium, as well as the experience watching what's happening on the pitch. So is it just the football, or is it a combination of the whole match day experience?
Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, I would say it's a combination. I mean, the match day experience is definitely a downer, but I can overcome the match day experience if what I'm seeing is phenomenal. Absolutely guaranteed. So if I'm excited in the pitch, it don't really matter. It's just part of getting there and getting excited. Yeah, I've seen some dodgy days at Upton Park, at the Bowling. Yeah, of course I have. But it's part and parcel of going to West Ham. You don't expect to win every day. I've seen more get up and have a go. The Pardew team was a great team. Yeah. Not nowhere near as talented as our team now, but it was a get up and go team. You knew blood, sweat, and tears. You know, I'm talking about Rio Coker, Aidan Mullins, not the most gifted players. Blood, sweat, Marlon Harewood, Effington, not the most gifted player, but you know he's going down that byline and you know what he's going to do. You know that Hartson, Kitson, you know what's going to happen. You know, crash, bang, wallop. We're going to lose 4-2. We're going to win 5-1. You know what's going to happen. You're going to get some McHugh. You're going to have Di Canio. You're going to have, it came from QPR. Great bicycle kick, Trixie Dick. Anyway, you're going to have you know what you're going to get. Go back, Devonshire, Brooking, Billy Bonds, even Bobby Moore. You know what you're going to get. Yes, of course you get periods, you get lulls, but before every storm, you have to have that calm. You have to have that lull. I get that. So but now I can't have 4 years of this. No. And look, wind your neck in Akabussi. You're a lucky fella. You've seen 3 years of successful European football. Come on, why? I get that. Honestly, I get that. And you know what? I'm like you now. I can sit back and just open the paper and go, yeah, look at how lucky we are. If that's football, then that's me. I don't want to be on a down the whole session, but I'm just letting you know that was me. I thought to myself, oh gosh, I'm not as excited as I normally am. I'm going to be on a downer when you call me, Gio. I thought I'm going to be on a downer. And that's it. That's yes. If you don't see me over there, that's what it's about. I'm not a Moyes in or Moyes out. I'm not that sort of person. I'm certainly not GSB. God rest his soul. Sullivan. God rest his soul. But I'm not anyone out or anyone. I'm out. So I won't want you out. I'm out.
Akabussi out.
Akabussi out. Akabussi out.
I'm gonna make a flag or something.
No, Chris, do not encourage him. I've seen his drawing. It's crap. Do not. He'll get his whiteboard out and start doing art. Do not encourage him to pick up his dry white pen. Can I just ask before I let Gonzo put you in the firing line? This is a hypothetical question, then, just for me to almost arrive to my own conclusion regarding your opinions. If we were still at Upton Park and this was the football that was being on offer, would you still attend?
If we were at Upton Park and this was the football still on offer, no, probably. Look, I saw some crap football at Upton Park. I did, but it was short term in the end.
Lou Macari.
Yeah, short term in the end. Yeah.
Maybe Kirbishley.
Yeah, Alan Kirbishley. I wasn't bad about Alan Kirbishley. Yeah, because Alan Kirbishley got results. I know Mr. Moyes gets results as well. Alan Kirbishley did get results and kept us up. That's a great question. Let me have a caveat. If we had a COVID lockdown during that period, I wouldn't renew my ticket, which is what happened this time around too. I would not renew my ticket to watch this football, even at Upton Park. Even though at Upton Park, I could park my car right outside the grounds, walk in, no problems. Hello mate, how you doing? Check you out, have a baby, go out there. There you go. That's us in it. Even even then, I don't know. It's a hard one. That's a real tough one, Gio. I want to say I would not renew my ticket, but there was something about that place, wasn't there? It depends, but it depends on everybody else. It would depend on my mates. Because, you could chant, because we used to do that, didn't we? We used to chant and still turn up next year. We used to chant and still turn up next year. So, I don't know. Maybe I would do. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's as much to do with the infrastructure we've got today as the football on the pitch. Maybe you're right. I've not really thought about that.
I live as someone that lives away as well myself. It's definitely a big commitment to go to games, but I guess it was anyway. I do wonder though, Chris, like just taking travel out the way, and it's not even so much of you going back and getting back to games every week or every other week or whatever it is. I think it's a case of you getting your enthusiasm back for it. And there'll be a lot of people that watch this who'll be totally aligned with what you're saying.
I was just going to add that, like, you're not the first person I've heard say these things.
No, not at all. And it's funny, I was talking with somebody the other day and we were talking about apathy, and he was talking about taking his son to a game, and he was saying he could tell his son was bored and so on and so forth. And when I take my kids, there's a lot of time they get, basically when they're bored, they start asking about food. What's in the bag? What you got there? When they're transfixed, there's not. But I just want to say, it's not a case of just going back to games. It's a case of you being interested and wanting, not just waiting to read on a website or watch something, for you to be invested in it. I just wonder, do you think if the football would change that? Because I don't think we're far away. Even if you just find these fantastic players like Paqueta, like Kudus, like Bowen, who were deployed a different way, maybe a playmaker. The shackles were off and they were allowed to attack. Do you think that would reinvigorate you in that sense?
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely. I mean, there've been moments when I've seen it, when all of a sudden the shackles do appear to be off, and we are absolutely gung ho. We're going for it. We want it, and yeah, absolutely, that's what I want to see. I want to see Bowen, Kudus attacking, not defending.
Yeah.
I'm not paying my money for you to be a defender. I'm paying my money, or will pay my money to see you attack, to see you do your stuff, I want to see Paqueta more central, play more attacking football 50, 60, 70% of the time, not 20, 30% of the time. Yeah. And I think, who am I? Yeah, I get it. Who am I? I'm Mr. Nobody. Just pay your money or go get. You're fine. I'm just letting you know why I'm not paying my money. I've gone for paying. I don't need to pay much because they were quite expensive tickets that I had before. I'm happy to go and just pay at the stalls.
Yeah.
But I would pay to go and see West Ham play football. And when I say, well, what do you want? Do you want to be playing football and fighting relegation, or parking the bus?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to. I want us to play football and be top 10, please.
Yeah.
Do I have to make Europe every year? Not particularly. Do I have to be top 4, top 5? Not particularly. Would I like to be safe by February? Yes, please. Yes, please. Yeah, that's great. That's what it's about. But I pay my money to watch West Ham play football, turn over Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal every now and again. Yeah, that's what I pay my money for. I love the days when you're coming back from Old Trafford or whatever you like, and you've just turned them over 3-2, great game. That is worth paying my season ticket for. Yeah, I'm a football fan. I'm a West Ham fan.
Yeah, I get that. Right then, let's go and take a different direction then. January transfer window open, shut, 3 players out. Kalvin Phillips in. What did you make of West Ham's activity?
Yeah, poor. I tell you what, I mean, the last year. So I've been quite certain that Mr. Moyes is not going to be the manager at the end of the year. I've been certain all season. And one of the reasons I've been quite certain is because the people that he's wanted to get, he's not got. He's not got we could have got the 2 Man United boys, Scott McTominay and Maguire. If we wanted them, we could have got them. All that prevarication is because the club were not going down that road. Yes, JWP was a SOP at the beginning of the year, just as Kalvin Phillips was a SOP in the January window. They were SOPs, as far as I'm concerned, to give Mr. Moyes a little bit of something that he wanted. It's very clear to me, from my backseat passenger, that actually the club is in transition and has been preparing for whoever coming in the new year. Absolutely no doubt about it, as far as I'm concerned. So all of this, new contract coming, no, I've not bought any of it at all. Unless, of course, we win. If we win another European trophy, then maybe there'll be a different conversation. I've been disappointed because I think we've had offers of some really good players, and we still haven't got our number 9 sorted out. With all due respect to Mickey Antonio, who's been a great servant to the club, we still have not got it sorted out, and that has been a disappointment for me. I do want to talk about Kalvin Phillips. I think Kalvin Phillips, for him personally, it's a tragedy. And for us, it was a wrong move. Kalvin Phillips, for me, is a very typical example. Think Kalvin Phillips, think Dele Alli. And I've seen this in sports time and time again. Young sportsmen who have a brilliant supernova type career. They've really worked hard. They bought into the ethos of an organisation, and they've risen to the top really, really quickly, only to fizzle out like a supernova. Because it's not easy to play professional football. And my take I see it in athletics as well, many sprinters, especially American sprinters, who come on the scene when they're 17, 18, 19 and are gone by the mid-20s. And simply put, you take Bielsa of Leeds and how he worked that team, all engines blasting, giving every ounce of your physical capacity. Kalvin Phillips was a mainstay of that team and got his move to Man City. And by the time he got to Man City, he was washed out. Busted flush. Supernova. DONE, finished. And there's no coming back from that. I've seen many athletes who go from being world-class, breaking British and European records, to not being able to make the team. Because the muscles don't fire anymore. You've extracted every single ounce of your ability out of yourself. That man, Kalvin Phillips, is absolutely busting a gut to be a shadow of himself. He needs rescuing from himself. Pep has been kind and said, one more payday. Pep knows the score. He himself might not quite yet know the score. But you know what? We are watching you, fella, and we know the score. And I'm telling you now, from a professional sportsman's point of view, Phillips is done. And Mr. Moyes got the player he thought he was watching 4 years ago. Unfortunately, we got the guy that Man City bought, not the one that played for Leeds United.
It's funny, actually, because listening to you say that, when you're talking about it, I'm racking my brain and I'm thinking...
I wonder if you thought the player I thought of.
Well, I know, actually, I wasn't, Joe. I'll tell you, I'm just conscious. I don't expect Chris to come back on this because obviously he may well know this person personally. Anyway, but the person I was thinking of an athlete, Gio, and I was actually thinking of Catherine Merry, actually, was the person that popped into my head. Do you think that'd be a fair one, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. Catherine Merry's got there's great work. There's a girl called Lindsay McDonald. Absolutely superb 15, 16, 17-year-old. Boom. Supernova. Catherine really worked hard for a very long time, but could never hit those dizzy heights she ran as a young teenager, early 20s. Another one, there was a guy, this is 40 years ago, Adi Maffey, a phenomenal teenager, made the Olympic final when he was 17.
Yeah.
Number 7th in the world when he was 17.
Yeah.
Busted.
I remember him. Yeah.
There were loads of them.
There are loads of examples in football. Who were you thinking of, Joe, in football?
Lingard. Came to West Ham. He was like one of the best players in the Premier League. Went to Nottingham Forest, couldn't get in the team. Now he's in South Korea, and even the South Korea manager is now unhappy with him. Yeah. He's 29 years old, playing in South Korea. 2 years ago, he was one of the best players in the Premier League at West Ham United. He came in 6 months of just sensational form, and his career's gone off a cliff since then.
It's so hard to get there. I'm conscious we got an Olympian, sat with us now. Me telling you lot, it's hard to get there.
Hey, you're now doing 4 lengths at swimming. Hey, do not downplay those achievements.
I am swimming. I got up to 6 lengths before I had my week off. But yeah, I'm glad we can have this elite level conversation with us elite level world class sports persons here. Then you boys will also know. To get there takes such hard work over the years, over the young years, the teenage years, and all the rest of it. And it's funny. I've never actually thought about Phillips in particular as an observation like that. Sometimes watching boxers do it as well, and you think, well, you're going to really struggle to go again. That's actually funny enough. I was watching Conor McGregor last night, and people were talking about him. He's had 3.5 years out of the ring. That's such activity. He's not going to be able to come back and be anywhere near where he was. And you think about that. Actually, his time at City, Phillips. 18 months of not playing football. I mean, I think it's a really good observation, Chris, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, you said talk about boxing. Do you remember a boxer called Audley Harrison?
Yeah.
Great young
Olympic champion,
shot up the ranks, was phenomenal, knocking them out, dancing. And then all of a sudden, within 18 months, boom. Gone. Done.
I think half it's there, though.
Look, I mean, for all sportsmen, the 6 inches between your ears is the most important weapon. But no, there is also a physical ability. Some people are just built differently. I was a long distance. When I say long distance, I went the long haul. Year on, and I built up. And I had my superlative years between 31 and 34.
But you switched events, to be fair.
I switched everything. But my physical ability, my body built up the capacity to withstand world-class performance right at the end. Case in point at West Ham. I will offer Michael Antonio is a great example of a person, journeyman, long time, who's built up a whole basket of skills over a range of time. And about a year and a half ago, we saw the best 3 years of Michael Antonio. And, over a whole long career of building up for all those Tottenham and Mitcham and all that sort of stuff. Nottingham Forest coming to us, Reading, Nottingham Forest coming to us, and even then taking a while, and then he had that glorious purple patch of about 36 months. Athletes get that. You get that 36 months when you are at the peak of your powers right at the end. That's one type of football. And then you've got the physical ability. Your body has not broken down, and the ratcheting effect of year on and year on just gives you that base to be explosive. You've got all the skills, the dexterity, you've got the awareness, you understand what you're doing, things slow down and you deliver. All you get, the other side, which I think Kalvin Phillips and Dele Alli are on, you don't even know, half of it, you don't even know how you're doing it. You're just believing in yourself. You're believing what you're told. It's all happening, and you just do it. And the body goes with you, and the body gives you everything. Everything. It's just so easy. I've got a friend called Ewan Thomas who was European champion of the 400.
Great runner, great guy as well. Great guy.
He's writing a book. When his book comes out, you read his book.
I will.
His book is called Brutal, and you will see, and you will get the insight to this Kalvin Phillips type of mentality. Because Ewan just did what he was told and gave everything and was rewarded immediately. Immediate reward, bam, right up there amongst the stars. It was easy. He must say easy. He did all the work, but what he wanted to do happened. He took on everybody, was scared of nobody, allowed the beast come out of him, and he delivered. That's Kalvin Phillips. He scared of nobody. Just did what he was told, worked his sphericals, objects off. And it happened for him. And now it's not happened for him. He's still the same guy, working hard. His mind, I want this, I'm doing it. But his body can't do it. The body has given up the ghost at that level. Of course, he can play in a park. Well, not at that level anymore. Phillips wants it. Dele Alli wants it. The body hasn't got it.
Well, I think Gonzo. I think Chris has got doubts over Kalvin Phillips.
He comes on here. He sits on
the yeah. he might not be Moyes out or GSB out, but Kalvin Phillips done. That's what. That's Chris.
And honestly, please, I'm aware. But they may never ever hear this. This is nothing personal against Kalvin Phillips. I'm mindful of the people, the mental health and how they receive information. This is not. In fact, it's the reverse. If I could sit down with Kalvin, I would gently explain to him what I've said to you, but really ask him to look forward to the rest of his career outside of the play unless he wants to play drop two. Can Kalvin Phillips play in the EPL? Sure. Of course, you can go and play because it's a lot slower there and a little bit more hard work and brutal. But I'm not saying give up playing football if you want to drop down a few leagues, but you're not going to be a Premier League player anymore. You're not going to play for England anymore. And that's okay because you can get your mindset around that. Be who you want to be. Who am I to tell someone to stop playing football? Playing football, what a great way to do your living. Okay, instead of earning £250,000, £500,000 a week, you earn £50,000 a week. Great, play football. You be, a great professional head. Look after the young kids who come along. Remember when playing for England? Great, crack on. But it's that reality check and getting him set, his mindset in his new world and circumference. That I would support him with that. I'm not looking for a job, by the way.
You got a gig in April anyway, ain't you?
Yeah, I've got a gig in April, yeah.
And so does Edson Alvarez once his suspension's finished. He's got a gig in April.
That's right. Yeah.
Right, business end of the podcast. Let's talk about the business end of the season. Chris, West Ham, currently 7th in the Premier League with 9 games to go. But perhaps more importantly, in the quarterfinals of the Europa League, up against the undefeated Bayer Leverkusen. Were you happy with that draw?
Yeah, very much so. Happy with the draw because, yes, they are undefeated, but they've shown some cracks. They didn't have an easy passage through the last round. If you're going to win this trophy, you've got to play the best. We've avoided that in Liverpool. And I think it's true to say that if we were to meet Liverpool, we'd be in the final.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, they're the best team in the competition. And yeah, will we have to be at our best to beat Leverkusen? Yes. Can we be at our best? Yes.
Unless you're Kalvin Phillips, no.
No. Oh, I've got a funny feeling I'm going to get cated. But yeah, no. So no. We have got the playing staff to turn over Leverkusen. But I can guarantee you this: if we go and try and park the bus, thank you very much. We're done. That'll be our Brexit. If we park the bus, we'll be sat down with some sauerkraut and sour bottom. Off you go, son. Oh, Thomas Souček will be happy because he can eat his potato salad.
Salad, yeah.
Yeah, they love potato salad over there.
Gonzo's going to use that as his title now. The Brexit. That's West Ham's Brexit. Gonzo's going to.
I've been clickbaiting a bit too much recently. I might calm it down for a bit. I'm just going to go with Phillips. Akabussi says Phillips is finished.
D-O-N-E gone.
That's right.
Right then. A little bit of fun, and then if Gonzo, if you've got any questions, think them up now and bank them for a couple of minutes. Miss crystal ball time, Chris. Yeah. Where are we going to finish in the league? And what we're doing in the Europa League? Are we beating Leverkusen? If so, how far are we going? Give us your fun predictions for the rest of the season.
Yeah, okay. So we are going to finish somewhere between 7th and 10th.
So 8th or 9th.
Yeah, exactly. But so basically outside the top 6.
Okay. Yeah,
somewhere between 7th and 10th. Which in the end is an okay season for West Ham United. I've got no doubt about that. I'm not big Billy Big Potatoes. I'm not trying to think we're bigger than what we are. I do think we'll beat Bayer Leverkusen. That will be our final, and we get knocked out in a semi-final by Roma or whoever we get next. Because I think it will be a superhuman effort to beat the Germans, and then a sense of, wow, we've done it. And then you know what West Ham like, we can beat a Man United, then go and lose to Brentford.
Yeah.
So beat the giant and then lose to Atlanta, Scamacca, last minute.
Oh yeah. Stop it.
Well, don't worry. The semi-final we play AC Milan and Roma, not Atlanta. They're up against Liverpool.
Great. Well,
they're
AC
right.
Milan or Roma, they will. in fact, that is even more poetic. Because we will try to play AC Milan at Roma at Catenaccio, the defensive system that the Italians perfected, and they'll slap us about and say, shut up 1-0, get out of here. That's exactly what happened. We will beat the Germans and try to beat the Italians in their own game, and they will laugh and be cat and mouse, toying around, ready, boom, 1-0, shut up.
Yeah. You won't have seen play acting and diving like it. I'll tell you what my question is, though, Chris. And I apologise in advance, but people ask me, so I'm going to ask you. So is the scenario? Actually, we do beat Leverkusen, as you suggest. We out cat and mouse the cat and mousers. We dive even more than Roma, and we get through. And then we have Klopp's blood boiling by beating Liverpool in the final, and he doesn't finish. He finished the season with a tail between his legs, and we win. And I think you probably know where I'm going. This is Mr. Akabussi offering David Moyes a new contract, back-to-back European trophies, unprecedented. He's gone. He's gone.
That's what Sullivan's been doing the last few months as well, in fairness.
I will say to you, Gonzo, sorry, that is the only scenario I can imagine Mr. Moyes being West Ham manager 2024, 2025.
No, but would you? I know.
Yeah,
would you?
Politicians
you can't sneak under your pullover. I'm asking you.
Oh,
that was a politician's answer.
Yes. Well, I'm not Moyes in, I'm not Moyes out. And certainly, I personally would not sack a manager that's actually won back-to-back European trophies. No matter what my disdain is for football, it will be good for business if you've done back-to-back European trophies. It's great for his CV. And I have to admit, in between eating my humble pie, it will be good for my soul too. So yeah, of course you'd get a contract. Of course you know, his methods define his madness. And it makes me mad yet, but he would have proven, whatever you think, Mr. Akabussi, and people like you, my football gets results. Sit down, shut up.
So I'm thinking Olympian says
Phillips
is finished, and I want Moyes to stay.
Oh! I say, you've learnt your craft. You've learnt your craft, mate.
Yeah. Thank you.
West Ham fans need to sit down and shut up.
Yeah.
Moyes gets results.
We've got new editors, Gonzo and Gio. News the screws. Sunday people. You guys are back.
Akabussi found a cheese and pickle sandwich on the moon.
My favourite part about this show, to be fair, has been the ringing endorsement for Charlie's watch along. That'll please Charlie. I can't wait to tell him.
Oh, it will. Yeah, definitely.
That's a nice little
I love his watch along
push for Charlie. Anything else you want to add, Gonzo?
No, it's just been a pleasure. Ben, we'll see you
before
again soon,
before you start wrapping up, Chris, just open the floor to you. Is there anything else you'd like to add or talk about before we disappear?
No. Thanks very much, fellas. I really do appreciate that you being on this every time, every now and again. Actually, you've lifted my spirits because I thought, where am I going to go with this? You know, I was quite on a downer, but actually now, still same old West Ham. We take in the PI55 ED.
You can just say pissed. You're all right.
No, P155.
No, he didn't even say Billy Big Watsits. Let's be fair. He's Billy Big Crusaders, so he's not doing any of it.
No, I'm not doing any of that. But it's great. It's great. I mean, again, just speaking of you, this is West Ham. And this is this is what you guys and people like you do. You bring the West Ham community together. And yes, we might have a little bit of conflict every now and again. But this is West Ham. This is who we are. We can take the rip out of ourselves. We can have a good old laugh and stuff, and we can talk about football. This is the life and soul of our party. Just talking about the game that we love and the team that we love, and then shuffling off the mortal coil, knowing that we've inflicted that on our posterity. This is West Ham. This is what I love. You're doing a good job, fellas. Keep up the good work.
Cheers,
Thank you, mate. Gonzo, anything you want to say before we wrap this show up?
No, just great to see Chris again, and we'll catch up with you soon, Chris. Definitely.
Yeah, very kind of you, Chris. I remember you coming on the channel when we first started. We had less than 1,000 subscribers, possibly. You kind of.
I think less than that. I think significantly, possibly less than that.
Well, I did say that. I said less than 1,000. So.
Excuse me, Chris. Well, just a moment, if you may.
You're taking PI. You're taking a PI55 here.
Get him out of the middle, and we'll have a pop at this. I just didn't want you to. I'm hoping you weren't angling for 900. I was thinking like buy more 400 or 500, as you were.
Right, there you go. If you've enjoyed this video at home, please do drop a like on it by clicking thumbs up. Helps out the video, helps out the channel, and makes myself and Gonzo very happy. Might make Chris very happy as well. Subscribe if you're new to Hammers Chat. Myself, Gonzo, and Chris. We'll catch you in a bit.